Hey pals, welcome to my channel. I'm Coral. Hi, I'm here with a book review. I read The Project by Courtney Summers. This is a thriller. It has a fictional cult. It has a really beautiful cover actually. Hopefully you can see this well in my lighting, but holy cow. The palette that they used on this is gorgeous and striking, and this is a book that I heard about before. Like, I looked up what the cover looked like, but if I had just seen this on a bookshelf, I would have picked this up without even caring what's inside. It's so gorgeous. Anyways, on to what I thought about this book, or I guess what this book is about first, and then I'll tell you what I thought about it. So this is about a 19-year-old woman. Her name is Lo, and she works for a online journal. She is not a journalist, but she is an aspiring journalist, and she has kind of a rough past. When she was a young teenager, she was in a car accident that killed her mother and her father. She does have an older sister named B, who was luckily not in the car, and Lo was hospitalized and she was in a coma for a long period of time following this car accident. And B, who was a few years older, B was probably about 19, 20 years old at that point, and so she's left with this huge responsibility of taking care of her parents and taking care of her sister, and really just not knowing whether she's gonna have family left at all after this car accident. It's a big, huge, devastating event. So now, as I said, Lo is a little bit older. She's an adult, and she's been estranged from B basically since she woke up from her accident. After Lo wakes up in the hospital, she obviously tries to get in contact with her sister and is met with like this wall of people from this group, this religious group that she joined called the Unity Project, and Lo really just never gets to speak to B again. When she does try to contact B, usually she is forced to speak to another member of the Unity Project, and they're just like, no, sorry, B doesn't want to talk to you. So Lo grows up thinking that her sister has basically abandoned her, and it is rough. As I said, Lo works for this online journal, and a friend of the owner of this business has a son who is in a really tragic accident, and Lo comes to think that his involvement also with the Unity Project, sorry, my cats, stop it. No, you don't need to get involved. No. No. My dog tries to discipline my cats and my child when they're in trouble. I'm sorry. So what was I saying? So Lo starts to think that this young man's involvement in the Unity Project is what caused his death, and she really wants to look into the Unity Project, but really they have like a super squeaky clean slate, and so far there hasn't been any like defectors who have been willing to speak out. I mean, really any defectors that they can find at all. They seem to be doing really good work, but Lo really thinks that there's something sinister going on, and she wants to get to the bottom of it. This is a thriller. I can't get too much further into the plot than that without spoiling it for people who like thrillers, you know? How did I feel about this? I'm still thinking about it a little bit. I finished it this weekend. It's been like 3 days probably. I have Euro burps, and they're really garlicky. So I really liked Lo's character. She was very stubborn, and she was cynical. She's headstrong, she's independent. She's had to do most things herself since she was, 13 years old or so, because her parents are dead and her sister abandoned her. So I really liked Lo's character, and I also like how this story was put together. When you're reading it, you alternate in You alternate reading it from B's perspective in the past and also Lo's perspective in the past and the present. B's perspective also goes through a couple years. Like, you find out what she's been doing this whole time. And I liked that. It's not a mystery for us, but it doesn't give it to you right away. Of course, you do have to work for it. And I liked that the story unraveled that way. It made it, you know, it was like the author was feeding you a little tiny snack, just like a tiny little nice snack every now and then, and you'd get like another piece of the puzzle. And, you know, I feel like there's no question, there's no doubt about what happened in this book. There's not like a really ambiguous ending or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward. What I did not like, it's gonna be really hard to speak on this in length, but there are some things that happen in this book, some relationships that Lo develops that just don't make sense to me. Because, like I said, Lo is just such a cynical, headstrong, hard-headed person. So it was like she has this opinion of this person that is this, and then 2 pages later she's like this over here, and it just doesn't make sense to me that she can go from being here to being here in like a chapter. It doesn't make sense. Does this make sense at all? Like what I'm saying, it's so hard to it's so hard to speak about my problem that I had here without spoiling some of the plot. I guess all I can say is that the choices that Lo made in this book did not make sense to me based on the character that this author presented us with, Lo's character. It doesn't make sense that she did some of the things that she did in this book. I mean, that's it. It doesn't make sense to me. And it really bummed me out that it went this way. And it was like, she was so strong and she was gonna get to the bottom of things, and then her like resolve disappeared, and where was this strong, like, kick-ass Lo? She was just gone. That's what I thought about that. I don't think that this is a bad book by any means. I think that this is a book worth reading. Having read this, I feel some of the ways that I felt after reading her previous book, Sadie. And I feel like with this, I probably will end up having an unpopular opinion about this compared to a lot of people. It was a little bit of a letdown. I don't know how to explain it. And it's kind of weird. I feel like I'm having deja vu thinking about the feelings I had about Sadie and then the feelings I had about the project. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about this. It's not a particularly long review. Like I said, I think this is worth picking up. It was fast-paced and easy to read. Like I said, I really liked the way that this book was set up. I really like that you learn about what goes on in B's life from B's perspective instead of only like her sister finding out about what she's been up to herself, you know what I mean? I really like being with B and also being with Lo and learning about what's going on in their lives at the same time, kind of. With them and not with other characters. I don't know. So that's The Project by Courtney Summers. This came out February 2021. It was a decent thriller with a really great cover. Oh yeah, also this. Really, I just love a good naked hardcover that has, I don't know, distinguishing marks, I guess. I like it. I wish more publishers would do that. Anyways, that's what I thought about The Project. I will leave a link in my description for a link to go to my affiliate page on bookshop.org, and I will have a list with The Project on there. If you would like to purchase The Project from bookshop.org, it does help my channel, and also it does help indie bookstores. Possibly even one of your choosing if they are signed up to be also an affiliate with bookshop.org. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back soon. See you later. Goodbye. Have a great day. See you later. Goodbye.